What is good, homie? Hope you're having a wonderful day. So, I'm gonna be honest, right? This is my second time actually recording this video. And the first one, when I actually downloaded the video, the quality was shit. So, I am redoing this video and hopefully the quality is looking sharp. But yeah, so the main focus of this video is obviously gonna be my story so far and what I was able to accomplish over the past 4 to 5 years. I believe I was 15 or 16 in this photo right here, and this is the present moment, currently 21 years old. Hopefully you can learn something in this few slides that I'm gonna present to you, and also get inspired along the way to chase your fucking dreams and go out there and do whatever it is you want to do. So let's get into it. So the start of my journey started with fitness. So this is my gym journey. So as I said, I believe I was 15 or 16 in this photo, and this was 4 months later. So I packed on 15 kilograms of solid weight, and obviously that wasn't all muscle, probably like 7 kilograms of muscle, maybe even less, like 6. So it was 8 to 9 kilograms of fat. So that's not very optimal to gain that much fat in a bulking phase. But obviously I had no clue going into this bulk what I was doing. And it was basically a dirty bulk. And I was following the seafood diet. So let me explain. The seafood diet, right, is basically where you eat everything in sight. So you see food and you eat it. That's basically my plan going into this bulk. Obviously, I gained some muscle and obviously a lot of fat. So looking back, I would definitely do this differently. I will make a video in the future on how to properly bulk and cut. Obviously, after 4 years of doing this sport, I know a bit more, so I can teach you if you would like. So leave a comment if you want to see a video on how to properly add some muscle and minimal fat, so bulking, and also a cutting video or body recomposition. That's basically where you gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, which I will show you in the next slide. But yeah, these first few months of your lifting journey, right, it's called noob gains. So that's basically where you can walk in the gym and out of the gym and gain muscle. You can literally just look at the weights and you'll gain muscle. Okay, not literally, but it's really easy to gain muscle in this phase. You can basically fuck everything up and you will still make progress. So yeah, so the next slide is basically my first cutting phase, you could say. I also didn't have like a concrete plan going into this. So my first cut lasted 2 months. And this was the transformation. I believe I was the same weight in both pictures. I believe I was 73 kilograms. So yeah, that is basically body recomposition. That's where you lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. And obviously the longer or the more experienced you are with lifting, so the longer you've been in the sport. So I've been in the sport for 4 years. The more or the harder it is to actually do body recomposition. At the start, it's pretty easy, obviously because of the newbie gains. So yeah, and also started to track my calories from this point. And yeah, after every workout, I would just do 20 minutes of bicycle. And that was my plan going into this cutting phase. And it worked pretty well. I mean, this is pretty top shape for a 17-year-old, if I say so myself. So yeah, I'll also make a video in the future if you would like on how to cut properly and lose as much fat and as least amount of muscle as possible. So just let me know in the comments and I'll do that. I skipped a slide. So yeah, I got a decent body, right? My foundation is set. Now what? So at this point in time, I was obviously broke. was going to college. That's like the path that everyone follows, because after school you don't really know what you want to do. Some people do, obviously, but I had zero clue. I knew I was going into business, and the most logical step was to go to college to study business, which is fucking stupid. And I'll go on to that point in the following slides. But anyway, I started a Instagram theme page. So I started to look on the internet, and I was like, what's the easiest way to make money? And at the time, Instagram theme pages were popping off. So this was like 3-4 years ago. And basically my process of growing this account was just posting 3 posts a day. And yeah, I did that for like 6 or 7 months. And with that, my plan was to, like, with this link you can see here, I had like affiliate link. So when someone would buy this product, I would make commissions, and I made no commissions. So yeah, that failed. And also my plan going into this was to sell the account. And yeah, that's where I basically got scammed on my first business venture. I don't even know if you can call this a business, but I mean, people are making money with, I mean, you can. I was just not as experienced. Obviously, it's my first business venture, you could say. But people make a lot of money with these accounts and with sponsorships and shout outs and affiliate marketing and all that. But yeah, I wasn't successful with that. So my first scam that I came across was during this phase of my life. And basically someone DM'd me and offered to buy the account. I was like, okay, sure. So my plan going into this business venture was to sell it at the end. So when this guy DM'd me, I instantly just wanted to sell it. So basically when I sent over my PayPal link and he transferred over the funds, he managed to refund the money as well as take the account. So I was left with nothing. So that was a waste of time, but I learned some lessons during this period and how to grow accounts. And yeah, so I don't operate really in the paradigm of failure. I believe like every failure is a lesson, so you can obviously learn from these mistakes. You only fail when you quit whatever you're doing. So after this, I wasn't done. I started my next business, which also failed drastically. So I was basically like, fuck this shit. I'm starting my own online store, because then at the time drop shipping was popping off. So I decided to start my own drop shipping store, and I was selling like women's fucking hair dryers and like straighteners. I don't know what I was doing. I had literally no experience with these products. But I also bought my first course, which was a course on how to start your own dropshipping store. And yeah, this also drastically failed, but I learned some lessons along the way. Like I made my own ad, which didn't perform, and I published that on Facebook. So I learned how to publish an ad. I learned how to make a website, make a store, get products, all that stuff. And although I didn't make any money from this business venture, I learned some valuable lessons. So after that, I started my own online coaching. And this wasn't really a online coaching business or anything. It was just a post on Fiverr. So I don't even know if I can include this here, but I did. So yeah, and I believe if I really stuck with any of these business models, I would really succeed in any of them. It's like people always ask me like, what business model should you start and which one is the most trendy or whatever. At the end of the day, every single one works. Like there's someone out there who has a dropshipping store, and there's millions of people who has an agency, who is trading, who is has their own Instagram platform where they sell shoutouts. Like every single one works. The best business model. It's just the one you can stick to for 2 years. So yeah, just get yourself one that you can stick to for a prolonged period of time, and then you will see success in whatever you are doing. So after that, yeah, so this was the start of 2022. I decided to start posting on social media, and I started on Instagram and TikTok, and later I introduced YouTube Shorts, and right now I'm doing my YouTube channel. So I understood the importance of having a personal brand, especially in this day and age. Like a an online presence on any platform is so important for numerous reasons, like networking. You can sell a product if you have a substantial following, or even just a loyal following. You could sell them a product and then you can make money from that. You can sell a course, you can build a community. Lots of business opportunities comes with having a personal brand. So that's why I decided to, start one. And also, it's just a way for me to document my journey, my gym progress, and all that good stuff. So yeah, this was the next period of my life. This was also the start of 2022. So basically, the start of this year, I decided to go all in on everything, basically. I started posting on social media, and I was like, no more fucking around. This is the year that everything changes. So the year of 2021, so the previous year, I was still in college, and I knew that wasn't the route I was gonna take. And the first year I was just fucking around doing nothing, basically. So yeah, at the start of 2022, I was like, no more fucking around. And I followed a military style routine. So basically what this consists of, right? I would have a routine, so like you have or a timetable, like you have in school. So I would have a set time that I would do a specific task. So it's 6:30 I would wake up, 7 I would eat breakfast, 7:10 I would go for a walk, 8 to 11 I would work, 11 to 12 I would eat my pre-workout meal and then go for a walk, and then I go to the gym. So every single 30 minutes or so I would have a task that I would do, and I did that for probably 2 to 3 months. This was during a vacation period, actually. So my second year of uni, there was 2 or 3 months of vacation, and during this time most people go out to party and rest and take time off to recharge for their next semester or whatever. I knew during this time was my make or break period. So I wasted no time, literally not a single minute, because I would follow the timetable. And I knew, like I said, university wasn't my route to whatever I wanted to accomplish in life. So I started reading a bunch, 2 hours every day, at night I would read. And Think and Grow Rich. No, that's also a really good book though. But Rich Dad Poor Dad was my first self-improvement book. That's a classic starter book. I mean, it just teaches you the fundamentals, which is obviously important. So my next habit that I sort of started was journaling. And I think that's not that important, but I think at the end of each day, it's good to just journal what you did the day, how you can improve, what went wrong. And it's just a way to kind of close your mind at the end of each day, so that when you have to wind down and go to bed, your mind isn't racing with tons of thoughts. So when you write it down, you're basically spewing the thoughts out on the page, and then you can basically rest. So meditation is I would say top 3, maybe even top 2 of habits you need to start as soon as possible, I would say. So start off with 10 minutes each day. And the best way I can actually explain how meditation works, right? So basically just you have one singular point of focus, so that's usually your breath. There's tons of YouTube videos on meditation, but basically after 2 weeks, you'll start to notice a huge difference. You're a lot more calm. You basically become the conscious observer of your thoughts, so you don't identify with your thoughts. So I'm not obviously a meditation expert. There's tons of videos on it, so I'm not going to go on a whole tangent on how this works, but that's like the main focus of meditation, is just to become the conscious observer of your thoughts and not identify with every thought you have. So it's yeah, I'll end with that. So I was working on myself 24/7. I cultivated these healthy habits, and I followed like a monk mode routine basically. And you're obviously familiar with this guy right here. He was a big inspiration on my journey. And if you don't know, his name is Hamza. You can look him up on YouTube. Definitely has some valuable content you can go and consume. So during this vacation period, you can say, which was probably the most focused period of my life. So I thought I was going to become a full-time trader, right? I really actually enjoyed working on this trading and reading the charts and learning. I also got a course from a friend, which I studied and like filled this entire journal with the course and the content of the course. Yeah, and also lost 3,000 Rand in a single day, which was pretty fucking brutal. And I had to go for a walk after that. I was pretty pissed off. I was like most of my savings gone at the time. And I made some money, but I lost like triple, no, like 6 times the amount. So, yeah, and also I learned some lessons. And I think I'm not quite sure, but I will probably dabble into in like the trading world in the future when I start investing and stuff like that. Yeah, so I would basically just study the charts for like 4 to 6 hours a day. And yeah, after I lost that 3,000 Rand, I decided to fully quit this trading thing. And after that, I basically decided to drop out. So I knew that college wasn't my route. And as you can see, I really didn't like college with this photo. And I truly believe if you want to make some serious money in today's world, you don't need a degree. Really don't. If you want to become a doctor or a job that actually requires a degree, obviously go to college. But if you're like me and you want to make some serious money and start a business, the dumbest thing you can do is actually study business from a guy who haven't even started a business in the first place. It's like, it doesn't make sense. You're paying all this money from a guy who obviously is good in theory, but has no practical experience with starting his own company. It doesn't make sense. And the best way to actually learn how to run your own business is to start your own and fail along the way. Like, that's the best way to actually learn. So studying all this theory and learning from a marketing professor who hasn't even run a Facebook ad in his life, is just plain stupid. So the best advice I can give is to actually just go out there and start making your own money. Maybe get a part-time job and work on your business after hours. But college and business degree and all that is just bullshit. That's just my opinion. You can do whatever you want, obviously. But yeah, that's just my take on it. And during this time, I was basically brainwashing myself with content on YouTube. So during my commute from my home to college, I would basically just listen to podcasts, listen to YouTube videos. Yeah, and as I said, just brainwashing myself with these smarter individuals and these people further along the journey, so that I can learn from them. And that also was a main contribution to actually dropping out, because I saw what was going on in the world and that you don't need a degree for actually starting your own business. So it just basically broke some limiting beliefs I had, and also learning and gaining knowledge. So yeah, I knew it was futile and a waste of time and money. The main one was actually time. So like I didn't want to waste 4 years of my life basically doing nothing. So I would rather use those 4 years, which is a crucial time in your youth, like from 20 to 25. It's like a time to actually build. And when you waste that time on theory, yeah, it's not the best move. But that's just my opinion. We can move on. So this just goes to show, when you actually bet on yourself and decide to go your own route, opportunities will just come and flood to you. So the whole story on how I started working with Iman is basically, as I said at the start of this video, I started posting my content on like Instagram and TikTok. So I had some experience editing videos and making content for myself. And then during, like, I think it was July or something, he put up a Instagram story for a job offer. And obviously I filled in the form, and the job offer was for short form team for his company. And yeah, so long story short, I got the job and I started working with Iman and the team, and I gained a lot of experience during this time, and how like a big company like Grow Your Agency actually works, and the systems behind everything. So it's extremely grateful for this opportunity to work with Iman. And I also bought my first real course, which is Agency Navigator, which you guys probably know of. So I'm gonna be totally honest, it wasn't like the best course. It was, I would say, like a 7 out of 10, which is still not bad, but it's like a stepping stone for entering the education world. So I believe if you want to get into business or want to start your own agency, this is still a good course to buy, to get your foot in the door and to learn from Iman. But if you want to take things to the next level, you can't. That's just my personal opinion. You still have to learn and buy more courses. But yeah, it's a good foundation to start on. But yeah, so next up, I actually started my agency of my own. So I started a marketing agency for gyms, and this was a pretty brutal time in my life. I was cold calling for 4 to 5 hours a day, and I kid you not, I probably called every single gym in the UK. Not even kidding. And I got like 2 or 3 meetings, sales calls, which was pretty shocking. It's not, it's pretty a bad conversion rate from calling every single gym in the UK to only booking like 3 sales calls. And yeah, so that was immense pain I went through. And yeah, I had no success with the marketing agency. And so I pivoted from this to my next one, which is a content agency for influencers. So basically it's still an agency, but the thing I do is I help scale influencers through content. And I'm not going to go too into detail with this. I'll do another video if any of you would like to see that. But yeah, so I bought another course, which is a course from Charlie Morgan, which you can check out on YouTube. He's a fucking beast, this guy. And I bought his course, which is Easy Grow. And I truly believe this is my vehicle to get to financial freedom in this year, in 2023. With this course, right, I spent a substantial amount of money on this course, which forced me to basically level up. Because when I put so much energy in terms of money and time into something, it's guaranteed to force you to level up. So I spent like $10,000 on this course, and that's obviously a big incentive for me to actually focus and get shit done, because I don't want to waste that money, obviously. But I truly believe now this is my vehicle to get to financial freedom. So that brings us to the present moment. Obviously, I'm not even near where I want to be in life. I mean, I'm just 21 years old. Like, I'm still super young. So, it's a never-ending journey, and I'm always learning along the way. Like Luke Belmar said, you're a student for life. I'm going to be a student till I die, always learning. But, and I truly believe, like, the best teacher is actually life itself. And through you going out there, taking action, and getting feedback from life through lessons is the best way you'll ever learn. So the main takeaway is basically to just take action. And to take action, you obviously need to know what you need to act on, if that makes sense. So in order to know what you need to act on, you need to learn. So the best fundamental building block, in my opinion, is learning. So consume your content intentionally. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do with your life, but it's just my personal opinion. If you want to grow and make progress in life, is to consume educational content. So, like an example is Hamza, Iman, like influential guys who you want to be like one day, and take inspiration from them, and learn from their mistakes. So I think there's a quote like, wise men learn from the mistake of others. And 1 year of focused work, right, can put you miles ahead of your competition. So in the world of instant gratification, when you can actually discipline your mind to only work for the delayed gratification of things, you will make so much more progress than your competition. So don't focus on instant gratification activities, just delay gratification as much as possible, and you will reap the benefits in due time. So you owe it to yourself to be great. Too much is given, much will be demanded. So, I mean, if you can watch this video, you obviously have a device, you have a laptop or a phone, and you have Wi-Fi. So the only thing left between you and where you want to be is the mindset of actually going out there and taking action. Yeah, that's my video. That's my presentation for you. Hopefully you learned something in this video, and do let me know if I can improve on anything. I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. But other than that, I have to go hit the gym, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and peace out.